What the fuck is Korean English accent? I was arguing with someone about accent. I think that if you didn't get the accent naturally, that is not really your accent. That's how I think. Like Australian, American from Texas or Tennessee, or Irish or Northern English people, they've got their own accent. They've got the way to speak their first language. But people tend to make fun of Indian, French, Chinese, Japanese, or Korean or Italian sound when they speak English because they're speaking a different language in their own accent. They've been using it to their first language. So it's basically mixed up. That's why it sounds really funny. Also, you can't really communicate well with people without all this right spelling, emphasis, accent. So, I've never really held of. I don't know. I've never really held of where and how I can pay to learn that Korean English accent. But you can see that there are many books out there that teaches you how to speak in English or American accent. And when I say this, there is always someone who tries to show me some link on YouTube that is like a Korean guy is in a Korean guy speaks English in a funny Korean way, but that's just him. I mean, I don't speak like that when I'm living in the same city with him. And they are only discovered. They are not yet discovered enough to be a book or something. People can make fun of, catch some characters, and they can make fun of it, but it's actually no one talks like that. So basically, I'm not really buying that Korean English accent, unless if there is a book for me to learn the whole language with that accent. They're just mistakes that we should definitely fix. I make my own mistakes, like when I say changed, I say changed, like really long E, or there's no F sound in Korean alphabet. But I don't think these are not accent. I don't think they are an accent. They're just a mistake. And actually, there's a one guy who always said to me that I really like your accent. I don't want you to change your accent. I don't want you to learn that Tennessee accent from Hannah Montana. Cause I don't know, but he always corrects the changed. Cause it sounds weird to him. What a double standard, don't you guys think? Okay, so the point is that when you learn a brand new language as a second language, I think there's no room for you to have your own accent at the beginning. You don't really even know what's the right way to speak words, right? Or the mistakes you make doesn't mean it's your accent, it's just a struggling like this towards Hawaii. Usually people would say Hawaii. That's my dictionary said. But no one would say that Hawaii or something. That's really weird. And what they think about what the phonetic sign is for that you can see here. And if you say it like that, people around you will definitely correct your weird Hawaii. So. And every time when I say this, people who don't get the point brings that people speak English in a different way. I know that, I've done that. South African English, American, Australian, but it's their first language and it's their way to speak it, and at least they have their own rules. But like us Korean, when each people have their own mistakes or a certain sound that feels hard to pronounce, when you can't even discover a small group like people in a town that speaks the same way, that's not an accent. That's just fucked up sound that needs to be fixed. You know that there's no such an American Korean accent? Think about this way. When there's some American who tries to learn Korean. Because there are so many Konglish. But there are so many Konglish, it's an English words in Korean. If you say, for example, if you say, can I get a Coke in Korea, instead of, can I get a cola? You will never get your own Coke. Like, seriously, trust me. You will never, ever. So, when you are learning a new language and you want to speak the language in the way you speak your first language, that's not a very good attitude for a student. So, please don't try to fool me again, people around me. Because I know the difference between mistakes and an accent. So, peace out.